Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my beautiful and wonderful little Aquarians out there. And how I love you all, so, and I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're having the most super duper wonderful and delicious time wherever you are, my little lovelies. Now then, we've got to pretend that the pink love signs there, so I hope that we're feeling the love, that we continue to feel the love, my little honey bunnies. Now then, it's been a very long time, my beautiful little Aquarians, okay? What it is, you see, I have been doing videos on my channel, to do with, giving out bits of information and things like that now then. So what's been happening is that, that's been taking up some of my time, my delicious little baby. So I know it's been a while, but, well, now I'm back. Okay, my little beautifuls, okay? So we're just going to do you a quick little read and we're just going to see what's going on for some of our beautiful little Aquarians out there, okay? Because this reading is not going to be gelling with everybody, okay? My delicious little babies, okay? So I wasn't pointing, that's rude. So it's a case of taking how many pieces, bits and pieces, just taking little bits and pieces, my little beautiful. So 3, 2, 1. My juice little lats. Thank you, little lats. You're delicious and bright, yeah. And we're just going to see what's going on here, okay? I'm trying to get back into my readings. I'm really trying. Okay, my delicious little babies. Okay, so sorry, I've just been doing some cleaning, and then I thought, right, just gonna do my video, then go out for a walk. Okay, so right, first card, playtime. Okay, my delicious little Aquarians. For some of you, not for all of you. Okay, let's just read, please, and thank you. The dolphins know the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestations. Yes, my little beautiful little Aquarians, some of you, okay? So, what's the point to this card? Well, the thing is, sometimes either if you've been overly working, maybe working a little bit too hard for some of you, for others of you, if you maybe life has been, there we are, most serious lately, my delicious little babies, for some of you, okay? And maybe you haven't been able to, it's just an old-fashioned saying, figure of speech, to let your hair down, do you know what I mean? Or to meet up with friends, or in some cases, if you've been working, family as well, okay, my delicious little babies, well, this is just asking you to remember, there we are, who you are. So, it should never be just all work and no play. For some of you, maybe you're playing a large part, in the family life, and maybe it's taking up, there we are, quite a bit of your time at the moment. So there could be many different reasons, but you must remember the words I use, chillax. Do you see what I mean? Okay, just spare that time, there we are, for yourself. Okay, my delicious little baby Aquarians, to some of you. Next card, look at this. Beautiful. You're being helped. So let's just read, please, and thank you. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see the results yet. Yeah, so for some of you, my beautiful little Aquarians, maybe you have been praying for something, or maybe you've been, maybe there's been things going on. Maybe you're underliningly, there we are, worrying. Sorry, I'm stumbling here for some strange reason. Worrying about something, okay? Well, please be rest assured that your prayers, there we are being heard, okay? Sometimes things happen quickly and sometimes they take a little bit longer, you know what I mean, to come to fruition. But please be rest assured, there we are, that you are being listened to, okay? Now, finally, in this section of cards, because then we go on to our second section, self-forgiveness. So it's a pretty, that doesn't mean no. It's a pretty deep card. So let's just read, please, and thank you. Let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. Yes, my delicious little baby Aquarians, for some of you, not for all of you. So, I believe that throughout life, and this happens well, to anybody in the world, actually. Where there's like been a form of guilt. It's like we're always made to feel guilty about something, you know what I mean? In some cases, I do not wish to be sarcastic, but uh, in some cases, or most cases, should I say, even to be guilty of breathing, my delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? But you have to remember, as long as you haven't done anything seriously and colossally wrong, okay, my delicious little babies, well, there's no need to feel guilt. Do you know what I mean? So, and you must also remember that things are in the past. I mean, okay, the point here is living in the here and now, and also learning lessons, there we are, from the past. But like I said, this reading's not going to be for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Okay? But you must remember that our beautiful dear creator, I just prefer to call, who it is, our creator. Okay, my delicious little babies. Well, our creator loves, there we are, each and every one of us. Do you know what I mean? Okay? So what's the point to that card? Well, try your best to move, there we are, to move forward from that. Because at the end of the day, let's just face it, whatever the situation may be, there we are, before you say, what's done is done. There's nothing that you can do about it. Do you know what I mean? So it's a case of just moving forward, learning lessons, there we are, from the past. And then, you yourself can live, there we are, in peace, love and harmony. There we are. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Rather deep reading, I feel, in parts today, my delicious little babies. Now, last set of cards, look at juicy little cards. Had them decades. I'm never going to change them, okay? They come everywhere with myself, you know what I mean? Wherever I move, they come with me. Okay, my delicious little babies. The moon. So, yeah, that hasn't been out for quite a while. So, yeah. So this can mean that there could be a clandestine situation. Of course, like I just said, this is not applying to everybody. So this could mean either in somebody's personal life, maybe romantically, you may hear that there is a third party, there we are, somewhere. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. Of course, it can also mean maybe in business terms, you know what I mean? There's more than two involved here. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay. So that's that situation. The card also stands for to keep away from Two-Face. Well, nobody likes Two-Face, do they? My delicious little baby Aquarians, and I only say baby. I just mean that in a loving and polite way. You know what I mean? But you'll always get somebody. Oh, why'd you call ones babies? Well, that's just negativity, and I don't wish to hear it. Anyway, so yeah, it's important to keep away from Two-Face because nobody likes Two-Faced. It can also mean that you must not let anybody take your kindness as a weakness. Well, I totally agree with that as well. Nobody should ever take anybody's kindness for a weakness, because I would say, there we are, politely speaking, it's a wrong move, isn't it? Because usually that would end the relationship, whether it's platonically, whether it's friends, family, or whether it's romance, you know what I mean? There has to be give and take, and there has to be compromises, do you know what I mean? Okay? It could also mean sleepless nights for some, maybe, because the moon comes under night time, doesn't it? So it could mean maybe somebody's having some trouble, getting their old shut eye, you know what I mean? And of course, it can also mean maybe somebody's sending messages to somebody else or vice versa, okay? Now, can I please just say, that does not necessarily mean of a romantic nature, okay? It could just be, somebody, or two just exchanging messages, okay? So that's that. But Three of Swords, so this can mean either an ongoing heartache, feelings that one deserves more in some cases, okay? Again, this can come under a three-way situation. So whether this is romantically, or maybe there we are, too many cooks are spoiling the broth somewhere. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay. And of course, it can mean an ongoing heartache. Do you understand what I mean? Like I just said. So So at the end of the day, maybe there has been, some upset for some of our beautiful little Aquarians out there. And if it's not yourself personally, maybe somebody else close to you, there we are, is going through something, okay? And of course, it's touching your heart as well. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Next card. So there's lots of swords here. Well, swords usually come under, I do not mean this in the wrong sense of the word, mental strife, you know what I mean? So there appears to be some issues here. Somebody's troubled or somebody's by something. Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords usually means a peaceful interlude in order to work out new strategies. So for some of our beautiful little Aquarians out there, maybe you're just needing, there we are, your own space, your own private time. Do you see what I mean? There we are. So that you can just chillax, rest, gather your thoughts. Okay. I've just got logic. Something needs to be there we are, logic. Okay. And it has to be thought out. There we are, logically. Okay. Marvelous Aquarius. Next one. King of Swords again. So do you see how many swords? My beautiful little Aquarians, for some of you, not for all of you. Well, King of Swords is usually a very serious gentleman, okay? When he's in a relationship, he requires, there we are, mental stimulation. So he's not just somebody who just sits there and twiggles his thumbs, you know what I mean? Okay, so he can be romantic. It's just that he likes to talk as well. Okay, well, that's a good thing, actually. I see that as a good thing. There's nothing worse than having a boring boyfriend or husband. I do not mean that nastily. I'm just unsaying it, really. Do you know what I mean? You have to have somebody who you can communicate with. There we are. Do you see what I mean? Okay? Otherwise, it's a pointless exercise, isn't it, my delicious little baby Aquarians? Now then, this can also mean doctors, lawyers, or some kind of professional here, okay? So for some of you, maybe you're dealing with, or somebody close to you, there we are, is dealing with doctors at the moment, okay? And that's that. But generally speaking, he's got a really good nature, but he is very serious, okay, in the way he comes across, okay? Next card, also, it's getting better, okay? So you got the Fool. Now, for most, why do fools, oh gosh, can't get the why do birds sing so gay? I keep going to sing another song. I did that the other day on another one of my videos. I said I'm singing it two ways. It's like they're both older songs, but one is a really old song. I've done it again today. Okay. Anyway, my beautiful little Aquarians. So with the Fool, now for most, they absolutely adore this card because it means beginnings. Okay, so this can mean either for some a brand new job, for some it could mean a brand new business venture, for some it could mean that there we are, a brand new home in some cases. For some it could mean a brand new relationship. Oh la la! I'm not talking about any of our beautiful little Aquarians in loving relationships. I'm talking about our single beautiful little Aquarians. Okay, so and it also asks you to take a risk because nothing can harm you whatever you do. It's the start of a new chapter and cycle. So that's very positive, isn't it, my beautiful little Aquarians? Next card. So you've got the High Priest. So the High Priest, I'm sorry that it's gone on a bit longer today, but, I had to leave the cards out, that were right, okay? Now, with High Priest, this can mean, basically, it can come under a work and study, okay? Sometimes, so for some of you, maybe you're looking at, if you're not already studying, maybe you're looking at studying some form of study. Of course, sometimes this can come under rebelliousness. So it's not yourself who's feeling like being rebellious. Maybe there's somebody who's close to you who's feeling they are rather rebellious at the moment, okay? You can usually, not physically, but you can usually pull them back into line. But maybe they just want to have, it's just a figure of speech, my beautiful little Aquarians, and some of you, with some, they just want to blow out, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They just want to have a bit of a, I don't mean mad as in a, a mad time, you know what I mean? But they just want to have just a bit of freedom. And then you can pull the reins back in. Do you see what I mean? I mean, of course, that doesn't mean, If anybody wants to, have fun elsewhere, I'm not talking about that, my delicious little baby little Aquarians. No, you know what I mean? I'm just saying maybe they just, maybe life is too fast paced and they're just feeling rebellious. You know what I mean? In some cases, it can concern work. You know what I mean? Maybe they're getting so cheesed off going to the same job, working 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean? That they're just saying, "Oh, I wish I could just rebel." You know what I mean? Okay, we've all been there anyway. I'm the queen of it. And finally, my beautiful little Aquarians, judgment. Yeah. So to end on judgment. So this can mean, being at a crossroads, knowing which way to go. So if you go left, your life remains the same. You go right, it's never the same. Okay. Could also mean, maybe you're judging somebody, or maybe somebody's judging you, or maybe you're caught up in something and you're having to listen to one side. There we are. Then having to listen to, there we are, another side. This is definitely for somebody, even if nobody can see my videos, because these days not a lot can. Okay. My beautiful little Aquarians. So it can mean that. Occasionally it can mean not to go rushing in, not to go rushing into a situation, because you go rushing in, the chances are, as quick as something starts, there we are, is as quick as it's going to end. Okay. So that's your reading, my beautiful little Aquarians. I just feel whoever this is for, or somebody's, bless, and thank you to anybody who ever views my videos or puts the occasional like or the occasional comment. Thank you, thank you, and how I love you also. But yes, I feel that that's been a rather serious reading for whomever this may be concerning. Okay, but please be rest assured, there we are, that things do get better. Things can only get better. I've got my singing voice on today, my delicious little babies, but try and go back, if you can, to, when I sang, "Why do birds sing so gay?" But then I sang another song with the word "fool" in it, but it's an older song. It's a much older song, okay? So this may be to do with, there we are, somebody who or a certain decade, or there we are, or something like that. Now then, that's my only thoughts. Anyway, so until your next reading, my beautiful little Aquarians, you just take care now. And wherever you are in the world, please have a super duper and delicious time, okay? How I love you, sir. Take care. Goodbye.